And we're finally at Armorica Village. Mostly known for its honey. Well, isn't that a breathtaking sight? This is Armorica Village, right? Yes, it is. Their main industries are agriculture, livestock, and beekeeping. This is one of the few places where the legend of the Divine Wolves still persists. That's right, it's also the first location we ever investigated outside the city. Oh yeah, the incident with the mafia's warhounds, that takes me back. I remember us handing off the investigation to all of you back when the special support section was just some no-name police squad. Ironically, the whole damn mess could have been avoided if not for that corrupt idiot of a commander you had. That case was also when we met Sight. It was only thanks to him saving us that we were able to resolve the case. And he's been a great help to us ever since. Not just in fights, but in other cases where we've needed his support too. Isn't it more than half the people you meet end up having to bail? Isn't it more than that? Wait, what? Isn't it more that half the people you meet end up having to bail you out? I mean, why else would you hire me on? This practically specializes in having the spotlight stolen from them. Shut up. I think we come a long way since those days, and our best are still ahead of us, I'd say. Okay, looks like they're doing well. Anyway, once you come into the village, the first thing you can do, and it'll get you a couple extra points, is... Well, it'll give you 1 point. Should be coming up and talking to the person on the counter. Oh, you folks were with the police. What was it, the special support section? Thank you for all your help before. Same here, I remember when you saved those tourists over at the ancient battlefield. Oh yeah, I caused you a bit of trouble with that overdue library book too. Don't worry about it, it's all part of the job. Have there been any other strange incidents around here recently? Not particularly. The village has been pretty peaceful as of late. I should mention though, we've seen some unfamiliar faces pass through. Oh yeah, the giant red-headed man and his cohorts. Looks like the Red Constellation is making waves even up here. Would you say he looked just like me? But beefier? Now that you mention it, yeah, he looked beefier. Aside from the big guy, there was an energetic young girl with the same red hair. She randomly harassed the other girls in our village. Would you happen to have any idea why they were here, what they were doing? Sorry, but I wasn't really keeping too close of an eye on them. Did you see anything, Elf? Well, I did see them buying some things from a general store. Cheese, bacon, rye bread, and the like. All of it in bulk, too. Olrior was over the moon. He made a mountain of beer off of them. Interesting. So, the Red Constellation visited this village. They were stocking up on provisions from the sound of it. Everything they bought has a long shelf life. Oh, hi Mackerel Chris. Thanks for the follow. Though I'm not really interested in buying views or followers. One of these always shows up once in a while. Jaegers always maintain a sizable food supply. It's a fundamental part of how they operate. I kind of wondered if I should delete that from the chat. Battles could break out at any time, so they always need to be prepared for the unexpected. A corpse as battle-hardened as them isn't going to cut corners on this sort of thing. Huh, you learn something new every day. Still, could that really be the only reason they were here? We can't know for sure. For now, let's make a note of what we've learned and move on. Thank you, this was very helpful. Please feel free to contact us if you ever need anything. Can't say I understand what this is all about, but I can tell it's no light work. Automod held that. We're using sex-based terms. Stop by when you have the spare time and I'll whip up some of my delicious omelette rice for you. Yeah, give me a second and I'll just... You're in jail. No, you're fine. It didn't even time you out. Uh, let's see. It used to be, for example, with May, when I like was first trying to figure out how the censoring stuff worked, May kept getting auto timed out for like 5 seconds every second because she kept saying random stuff that would get picked up, and it wasn't even like very either sexual or offensive stuff. It was just random words that would get picked up, and she kept getting timed out for no reason. Oh. Hmm. Strange. I feel like the message should have been deleted when I did that, but I guess it doesn't work that way anymore. It's always a mess. I don't understand how the moderating tools work half the time. Okay, no, I should have deleted it. It's just it doesn't go away from the automod. Okay. Sorry about that. I just don't want like the ad being in the chat when anyone comes in. It even has like a link, even though it's not. It has dot to get away from automod blocking it. Okay. Anyway, now that we got rid of that, there are still a couple things we can get from the village. So let's see, there should be a little collectible in the general store. Let's go find it. Hello. Big red-haired guy? Yeah, someone came by. Grandpa was happy to make some money, but they kind of freaked me out. Straw hats. Could have tempted to just buy them, but racing flags. Decoration for Noel's room. Also, just reminded about accessories. CP gain up. Who should take this? Honestly, probably Ellie. She has a very good skill that also boosts CP generation for other party members. Team Rush up. This will probably be good for Wasi, since he has a lot of turns. He can probably just scoop one up. Okay, we got that. There should also be a recipe and a car color somewhere. Let's see. Where are they? Ash Tree Inn. I guess I just ignored it. Ash Tree Inn specialty dish. Chef special omelette rice. So recipe written here. And the car color should be... Oh, here's someone familiar. Oh, Mr. Hayworth. So you're in Armorica today. The special support section. Fancy meeting you here. Ah, yes, I came over to conduct some business negotiations. Another day of honest work, I take it. Indeed. And as luck may have it, my trip here has earned me some favorable deals. Speaking of which, would you all be so kind as to accept this from me? Honey syrup. Can we really have all this? Absolutely, it's completely worthless. My family couldn't possibly use it all, so I hope they can be of use to you. So yeah, he has the same hair as another character in the series. Which may be spoilers if you didn't play the previous game, but... It is very anime hairstyle, right? Well, not hairstyle, just hair color. And... I missed the car color, right? I didn't find it. Ah, here. Car Freak Volume 2. Pop paintwork. I should recolor the car at some point. I think the base gray coloration is pretty okay, but could definitely get something a bit spicier. Go to the Harbor District. Okay. Looks like we've done everything we can do here. So let's head back to the city. We can now do a hidden side quest, since we've taken care of the other two non-urgent quests that we had to do this chapter. Let's head back using the bus so we don't have to walk all the way home. Pop, 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 pop. Let me save first, just in case. Hey, you are Trading Ltd, Crosswell Branch. If you have business with us, please knock. Hey, you are Trading. The man who runs this branch is named Chow, right? That's him, Chow Lee, otherwise known as Heiyue's sharp and capable White Orchid Dragon. Do we feel like paying him a visit? Well, even if we did, there's no guarantee they'll let us inside. Probably not, but I wouldn't mind picking his brain about what happened to the old Revachie building. Yeah, Heiyue definitely had their sights set on it. But in the end, Crimson & Co. brought the deed out from under them. I wonder how they feel about that. Oh, I'll admit it was rather regrettable. We just keep talking right outside. Whoops. Hello. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support section. Your timing is impeccable, actually. It just so happens that there's a small favor I'd like to ask of you. What? A favor from us? Why don't you step inside so I can appraise you on the finer details? Though, of course, I won't force you if you're otherwise preoccupied. Wait, can you just... Our apologies, but this request for your assistance is genuine. I ask that you listen to what Master Chow has to say if you have the time. Enter at your own convenience. We will leave the door unlocked for you. How polite. Bit of a patronizing bunch, aren't they? I'm not sure you're one to talk. So what should we do? It doesn't seem to be a trap. I mean, we're not gonna say no to a side quest, are we? The game's like, you don't need to do this. Like, we need to do this. We need to do this right now. Let's save again. They never let me open these doors. Excellent, you're all here. It is my sincerest pleasure to welcome you to the Crosswell branch of Heiyue Trading Ltd. I hope we aren't interrupting. Thank you for inviting us in. And salutations to you as well, Mr. Orlando. I've been rather looking forward to your return especially. Yeah, howdy doodly. I see you haven't changed it. I see you haven't changed a bit. I'll take that as a compliment. But my, who would have guessed that you had ties to the back alley's newest tenants, Crimson & Co. It's left me absolutely stunned. Whatever. I take it you have a fair amount of intel on them then. As a matter of fact, I do. Our two factions aren't without our, shall we say, connections. Though perhaps Mr. Orlando could tell you a few things about that. All I know is that sometime last year, my uncle and his crew picked a fight with you Heiyue guys over in the Eastern Quarter. Sounded like a real bloodbath too. That's right. Detective Dudley did mention something about that. To sum it up, we've had our fair share of romps and rabble-rousing with them in the past. Fortunately, we've since reached an agreement, so there's no bad blood to speak of. Though to this day, some Heiyue elders do still curse the name of the Red Constellation's members. No bad blood, huh? Sounds like both sides have quite a history together. As far as the old Revachie compound is concerned, it truly is a pity to lose it. But what's done is done. We don't expect them to be direct business competitors in Crossbelt, the way the mafia was. So you can rest assured that we're not looking to start a fight. Thanks for being so considerate. Not that I entirely believe him. I want to play Kuro. I want to play in... I want to try the game that actually happens in the one country you haven't explored. Well, I guess Remy Ferry hasn't been explored either. The one big country. Pardon me for changing the subject, but what exactly is this favor you wanted to ask? We assumed it had something to do with Crimson & Co. Oh, yes, that. Chow, what is taking so long? I don't have all the time in the world. Oh no, it's a little gremlin. Oh, if it isn't Master Shin. Is it sh or ch? I have no clue. Is there anything troubling you? Of course there is. You've been keeping me waiting for ages now. Shin, for sure? Okay. When is this guide you promised coming to pick me up? I told you I would be more than happy to show you around, and I told you that you're no good! Don't make me repeat myself. I didn't come all the way to Crossbow to be ferried around the place by one of our own men. But of course, that is why we took the liberty of making alternative arrangements for you today. These fine youths will be your guides. Them? Oh, wait just a minute here. Is it the favor you wanted to ask? Allow me to formally introduce you. This is Master Shin, the grandson of one of Heiyue's elders. We would like you to take him on a tour of Crossbow City. I was afraid you'd say that. You're putting in a support request for us to babysit this little squirt? How unorthodox. These are the guides you spoke of? They seem a bit young, don't they? Why did you not send for someone like Ilya Plater of Dear Croix? Why did you not send for the city superstar or the mayor? Like, damn. I fear you overestimate how much pull I actually have. That being said, the people standing before you are prosperous celebrities in their own right. These are the ladies and gentlemen who solved that incident in the spring. Are they now? That would make you the special support section then, wouldn't it? The same ones who crushed the cult? The little kid is well informed. Master Shin is the grandson of an elder. It is only natural that he would be well informed about current events around the continent. He spent much time studying Crossbow in depth before making his visit. Of course I did. You heard who my grandfather is. The future of Heiyue will be on my shoulders someday. I have to be a cut above commoner such as yourselves, mentally speaking. Oh, thanks. Take it easy, Randy. He's just a little gremlin. Very well. If you insist, then I will accept this proposal. I can take this opportunity to ask more about the Costa incident. Huh? Is something wrong? That's very slow. This is... love at first sight! Is Ellie about to be groped by someone else? Excuse me? Those alluring eyes, that luscious pearl gray hair, hey kid. Watch it, and those beautiful, bountiful proportions. You're right, you have a good eye, but she's off limits. I never thought I'd meet the woman of my dreams here of all places. You there, what's your name? Me? It's Ellie McDowell. It's nice to meet you, Shin. Ellie, even your name is lovely. Now I understand. This is why Destiny brought me to Crossbow, to meet you. What is he talking about? Great, as if being a cheeky brat wasn't enough. Now he's gonna try to play grown-up too? I think Ellie has a new biggest fan. She's acceptable. I would like this lovely lady to guide me around the city at once. I'm glad to hear it. Well, off you go, everyone. Do be sure to take good care of Master Shin. Should the SSS really be playing tour guide for the grandson of a crime syndicate elder? Sure, why not? So are there any particular places in the city we should go to? I think Master Shin has a few places in mind. He'll let you know. Do be careful on your tour, Master Shin. You enjoy yourself now. Oh, I will. Let's be off, my dearest Ellie. Wait, Shin? You weren't thinking of going off with Ellie by yourself, were you? And what's the matter with that? There are far too many of you to travel comfortably. And besides, three's a crowd. I get that, but I doubt anyone would try to target a child, even if he's connected to Heiwa. Still, is it really a good idea to leave them alone? Ahem. Shin, the trade conference is approaching fast. Crossbell is on high alert right now, meaning that anything could happen. For the sake of your safety, wouldn't it be smarter to travel with more protection? You may have a point. Like, Ellie really has a way around, away with children, and that was proved in the previous game as well. Showcased, even. Very well. Two of you may come with as bodyguards, but no more. As for the others, let me see. They can watch us from a safe distance away. How does that sound? Well, honestly, it's not too shabby of an idea. He's probably had experience with this kind of setup before. It's actually standard practice when it comes to protecting high-profile individuals. Well, you should be Meat Shield number 1, Lloyd. Which of us three do you want to bring along? Well, since you're calling me Meat Shield, why don't you come with me? Bring Wazzy. So, I'm gonna pick Wazzy because there's a recommendation in the playthrough. If you want to get the Bond scene for as many characters as you want at the end of the game, the playthrough that I'm using actually recommends characters at specific points. And at this point, Wazzy is picked. They get 1 extra Bond point for you picking them here. If you want to get someone specifically and want to force them through, then go ahead and pick Noelle or Randy. But I'm going to try to go through and get everyone. I also got to make sure that I actually do get Ellie's. Because it's the one that I'm more interested in as like the canon sort of pair. But I kind of wish the game didn't do this and just gave you the one. Because then we actually get Lloyd again in another game and any involvement just resets to 0. Like they do 4 times in a row with meaning called Seal. Ah. I don't mind being your +1 for a little double date tour around the city. Well, and Randy, you two keep an eye on us from a distance and observe our surroundings. I hear you loud and clear. Roger that. Is this arrangement to your liking, Master Shin? Like the social link romance thing, I think it's fine when you have one game and it's contained to one game. When you start stretching it through multiple games, it starts having issues. And drop the master. I get enough of that from Heiwa's members already. Sure, you got it, Shin. Good, now let's get going. I'll specify where I'd like you to take me once we're outside. Shin in the city. Started. I think what you mean is at least the kid isn't voiced. For now. So the kid will give you a list of locations that he wants to visit. There are extra places that you can go to, and if you do the quest correctly, you can get an extra 3 points. Let me begin by laying out the details of the tour. I'd prefer not to repeat myself, so pay attention. Damn, Brad's just trying to act like a big shot in front of Mademoiselle Ellie. True, but he's sort of pulling it off. The lovesick fool really has it bad for her, doesn't he? Really down bad. Excuse me? Did you have something you would like to add? No, it's nothing. We're ready to hear your explanation. Very well, then I'll get straight to the point. As we discussed inside, you will function as my tour guides around the city. However, trying to navigate this place without a goal would only exhaust us. Therefore, I have decided on our eventual endpoint in advance. And where would that be? The roof of Tam's department store in the central square. Simply ensure that you take me there last. After that, you will be relieved of your duties. So other than that, we can go where we choose? No, I'm not about to let you parade through the duller parts of town. Instead, I ask that you bring me to Central Square via East Street. Is it me or do you have the route planned out? Please, this is a special trip for me. It's only obvious that I would make preparations beforehand. That said, I don't have any plans beyond what I've already told you. I'd be grateful if you could take us on a few enjoyable detours so that I may spend some quality time with Ellie. Central Square via East Street. Okay. Now, Shin, don't forget that I'm one of your guys as well. Nonsense, out of the question. You're my guest now, Ellie, which means your only task is to relax and enjoy yourself. Oh boy, maybe lovesick was a bit of an understatement. That aside, I think I get the gist of things now. But you know, what you're asking us for really isn't all that different from a casual stroll through the city. Are you sure you're okay with that, Shin? Yeah, I mean, aren't there any other options you want to check out? What about Ark and Seal or something like that? There's always Michelin Wonderland. I think it's closed right now. Yeah, he mentions it. Who do you take me for? Of course I've already been to the most notable place in all of Crossbow. They were enjoyable enough, and I wouldn't mind returning in the future, but that isn't my goal for today. There's so much more I need to see of this place before I leave. I'd rather see Crossbow's true face as its citizens know it, rather than the same old tourist attractions. Crossbow's true face? You put a lot of thought into this. Just imagine how pushy he's gonna be once he grows up, the little shit. Ahem, do you understand now? Daylight's burning as we speak, so I'd like to get the tour started. I like that Randy just hates him. Understood, let's not waste any time then. Well, we're off. Be sure to watch your backs, you two. Roger, keep your eyes peeled out there. Honestly, if I wasn't trying to maximize points, I might just bring Randy to see what he says in the from the foreground. Anyway, our first stop in the tour will be the IBC building. The IBC? It's a fine building, yes. No more or less so than usual. Is this not your first time here, Shin? I mean, he's grandson of the leader of a crime syndicate that's parked right next to it. Whose HQ is parked right next to it. Well, of course not. Naturally, even Heiyue has an account with the IBC. It just so happens that I recently opened one myself for stock trading purposes. I'm hoping to receive some hefty dividends in the near future. Come to think of it, weren't you doing something like that while you were a student, Ellie? Well, yes, I did dabble in equities a bit, but only for future reference, really. So you're no stranger to shareholding either, Ellie. I never would have guessed. That reminds me, I recently came across an interesting investment opportunity. Kinda made my... I also tried opening an investment account this year, and it kinda ruined my taxes. Not many people have taken notice of it yet, and as its prospects are quite Sorry, what? I couldn't read that properly. Not many people have taken notice of it yet, and its prospects are quite promising. But of course, there are always other options in the market that I could recommend if you like. Other options? Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. I feel like a fourth wheel. Gah! My apologies, Ellie. Forget I said any of that. I simply got carried away after learning the two of us shared something in common. You don't need to apologize. I just wasn't expecting it, that's all. Oh, Ellie, you truly are a goddess. In any case, the IBC is hardly anything special to me, so there's no need for us to head inside. Let's move on to the next location. Sure thing. Next up should be in the East Street. Let's go to the Bracer building. So, this is East Street. This is the first real chance I've had to take it all in. You must feel quite at home here. Does it remind you of Calvard? In a sense, I suppose. But unfortunately, this is nowhere near as lively as the Eastern Quarter. Speaking of, I'd love the opportunity to show you around the Republic someday, my darling Ellie. I'd like that, by which I mean you're more than welcome to come home with me. I wouldn't like that. Well, that's quite the offer. Straight to the point. You've got to respect the hustle. Putting up the schmooze on Ellie. How dare he? This is the crossbow branch of the Bracer Guild. Why are you hiding, Shin? Are they gonna arrest you if they see you? My, oh my, what are you doing with that cute little boy there? Don't just stand there blocking the entrance, come on over. Okay. So, who's the rascal? Is he lost? Should we help him track down his parents? Not quite. Hey you, receptionist, is the Divide Blade of Wind here right now? Well, someone has a mouth on him. Sorry, Dumpling, but Arios is out at the moment. Oh, good. Good? What's with the relief? Your speech, behavior, and get-up point to one thing. Oh, I get it. You're connected with Heiyue, the grandson of an elder, no less. How do you know that? I didn't, silly. You were the one who just told me. But I don't think that makes me a deceiver. Every reg of fabulosity you see in front of you is 100% genuine. Understood. Why does he look and act like this? What a strange person. You can't ask that. You can't ask that, Shin. Well, aren't you a rude little scamp? I'm sure you'll make a fine member of the mighty Heiyue. And only get worse with time at that, without a doubt. That aside, why the wariness about Arios? It's not like we hold a grudge against Heiyue or anything. So you say. You people have meddled in the Elder's affairs on countless occasions. The Divine Blade of Wind and the Immovable have been nothing but problems for us. Oh, they're referencing... Oh, I forgot the name. A character from Trails of the Sky. The Immovable? Ah, he means Shin the Immovable. An A-rank bracer from Calvard, as well as a master of the Taito School of Martial Arts. Or Sin, sorry. I have no idea how the consonants work in Chinese. We don't see him anymore, but he's helped this branch many times in the past. If I remember correctly, isn't Lin also a Taito practitioner? Sure she is. Sin's one of her predecessors in the school, so it goes without saying that he's incredibly strong. You'd have to be to make it as a bracer. That may be, but the real issue with your guild is the code you stand by. Call it your guiding principles if you want, but that doesn't give you the right to do whatever you please in the name of civilian safety. By the same token, though, our code balances itself out. There are some things that even we can't touch due to our non-interference policy. But hold the phone, little man. How do you know so much about that at your age? I'm impressed, Shin. Flattery will get you nowhere. Anyway, you bracers are... Alright, I think that's enough griping about the guild. You're still a kid after all. Speaking of kids, Kia and Shizuku are hanging out upstairs. You should go say hi to them. Oh, right. It almost slipped my mind that they were here. Why don't we go introduce Shin to them? Yeah, Shin has some really good abilities. Didn't he have like a self-heal and also an attack that basically did more damage every time you use it? Or something like that. It's been a minute, to be fair. Oh, you guys are back. How's it going? Are you in the middle of work right now? I guess you could say that, yeah. Or are you speaking to children? These disgusting children. Do you know them? Yeah, this one's my child, and that one's your arch nemesis child. Who's that? He sounds like an asshole. Who's little? I'm Shin, the man slated to bear the burden of Heiyue's future as the Elder's grandson. I apologize. Wow, you're so tiny, but you act as grown up as Lloyd and them. You're a lot more of a big shot than your size-led son, huh? Stop it! Stop calling me small! I'm not small! Not even the distinguished legacy of Heiyue is a match for Kia. Oh, let me introduce you, Shin. These two are Kia and Shizuku. I think they're just a bit older than you. And did we mention that Shizuku is Arius' daughter? That's the Divine Blade of Winds? I bet you're a swordsman too, aren't you? Your eyes have been closed this entire time. You must be using that insight technique. Insight? How do you know what insight? No, of course not. Actually, I'm blind. My hearing is better than most because of it, but I'm not nearly as amazing as my father. I'm terribly sorry. That was super rude. Please forgive me for my insolence. Oh, it's alright. It seems he can be a good little boy when he wants to. I think you can talk to him again, actually. You said your name was Shin, right? You're not from around here, huh? How much longer are you gonna be in Crossbell? I'll be here for about 2 more days, if you must know. Cool, does that mean you're gonna check out the tower unveiling tomorrow? We're planning to watch it from the roof of time, so you can join us if you want. Are you sure? Yeah, why not? Ryu, Anime, and the other kids are coming too. It'll be all sorts of fun. You don't say. Well, if you're going to be that persistent, I have no choice but to take you up on your offer. The unveiling tomorrow's at 11 AM, right? Yep, we'll see you there. Perhaps he doesn't have many opportunities to play with other children his age. So that also tells you where to find them, where to find him the next day. You're a very nice boy, Shin. I have no earthly idea what you could possibly mean by that. You're speaking to the man who shoulders the burden of Heiyua's future. I still think you're a nice boy. And he should think again, I'm not the good little child she insists I am. I have a darkness inside of me. Crawling in my skin. Let's see. Where to next? There should be something else in the East Street, right? Oh yeah. This is funny, but if you actually go to Chairman Moore's house, there's a little event. And what's this place? This home belongs to the chairman of the Crossbell Business Owners Association. He's a good friend of ours, in fact. Is he now? I suppose even Chow and the others would pay their respects to a man in his position. It may be wise for me to greet him. What do we have here? I see you brought yet another adorable child with you today. You shouldn't do that so often. Please excuse our unannounced intrusion, ma'am. Well, aren't you well-mannered? Don't you worry about that one bit. Would you care for some tea? That's quite alright. I wouldn't want to overstay my welcome. His social etiquette is excellent. I don't even know how to respond. He knows how to play the part. Well, if it isn't Lloyd on the SSS. I don't believe I recognized the boy in the Eastern attire there, and here I thought I knew everyone from East Street. You're the chairman of the Business Owners Association, correct? I am Shin, the man burdened with carrying the future of Heiyua upon his shoulders. That's a very long way to introduce yourself every time. And very flowery. Heiyua, you say? They're that trading company from the Eastern Quarter that recently expanded into Crossbell. Judging by your words, could it be that you're related to their Council of Elders? Indeed I am. My grandfather is one of them. Do you know of the Elders, Mr. Morse? Oh no, not personally. I merely engaged in a few small exchanges with them back in my merchant days. But it makes sense that you're so sharp, considering you're an Elder's grandson. Might I ask what business... might I ask what your business is with Lloyd and his team? Well, one thing led to another, and Ellie's being married off to him. These citizens were dying to show me the sights of their beloved Crossbell. That being the case, who else had denied them their simple wish? This kid is pure ego. It sounds like there's more to that, but the important thing is you all seem to be getting along well. Shin, was it? It would please me greatly if you were to take a liking to Crossbell, young man. I'm not ashamed to admit that I've been mildly enjoying it. Now, if you'll excuse us. I believe that's all for the main, for the East Street. So we visited, we visited the Bracer Guild. We visited the Owners Association. We can also visit the Long Lao Tavern and Inn. Almost skipped one. Long Lao. So they even have Eastern style eateries on the East Street, do they? Would you like to stop here for a break? A fine idea. I was just starting to get hungry in fact. I'd like to see exactly what kind of food is served here. I'm actually getting hungry too, but probably gonna wait for a bit. Probably gonna wait for the end of the stream. So, was Long Lao to your liking? I'm dying to hear your opinion, seeing as you've had authentic Eastern cooking. What is the meaning of this? Dishes like this, at these prices? Is the owner out of his mind? Lower your voice, Shin, if they hear you complaining. Wait, let him finish. For example, this mapo tofu is better than anything I've had from the 3-star restaurants in the Eastern Quarter. Something this exquisite should be thrice as expensive, so why isn't it? So that's what got you all riled up. I don't believe this. How long has a restaurant of this quality been hiding in Crossbell? Well, either way, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Shan. Oh, you're the cutie from before. Come again, okay? We'll be waiting for you. You just got a bunch of Automod messages? Like from the stream? Or is it just something that Twitch is sending out? I don't see anything on my end. Let me check the mod view. It's a bit scary. No, I don't see anything on my end. Weird. I hope Automod is kind of a bot, actually. Well, no, it shouldn't be Streamlabs. This should be the Twitch mod itself. What kind of message did you get? I hope it wasn't anything like messing up the stream. Weird. Very weird. It's not showing up in chat, that's for sure. Oh, it's probably because of that earlier message. Did I have to make a choice on it? Oh, I'm just gonna deny it. Yeah, I could accept it or leave it. Yeah, my bad. I just gotta deny it because otherwise I gotta accept specifically lick my balls as chat messages anyone can use. And I guess it's not like strictly I guess it's not strictly what's it called? I guess it's not really profanity and it's kind of funny, but I feel like the more ground I give, the more random stuff will be said at some point in the future. Random stuff I'd rather not see in there. Okay. Now that we're there, I mean, I see it. I laughed a bit when I saw it. And then I actually said it on stream anyway, so whatever. Yeah, I bet if you misspell balls, it'll go through. Okay, we saw the East Street. After that, we can go to the Downtown District. And I think all we need to do is just visit it. And Shin will be like, this place sucks, let's leave. Just what is this place? It sucks. This is Downtown District. Sadly, it was left behind during the city's redevelopment years ago. Redevelopment. Is that so? I suppose every nation has these sorts of places. I've seen enough. Bring me back to the East Street post-haste. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he doesn't like it. Now that we visited everything on East Street, we can actually go up to Central Square, as Shin told us to do. This would be Central Square, correct? It's about as busy as I would expect a thoroughfare to be. That's right, Time's department store is only a stone throw away from us too. Should we head there right now? I'll let the three of you figure that out. After all, as long as I get to stay by Ellie's side, I couldn't be happier. I heard you the 40th time. That's very sweet of you, Shin. Anyway, why don't we have a look around before ending our little tour? Let me check real quick. Did I save over? Oh, that sucks. If I made a mistake, I'm gonna have to reload way back over there. Ooh, now I'm nervous. Okay, I don't think I did a mistake though. Let's see. I went to the IBC building, East Street Bracers Guild, Long Lao Business Owners Association, Downtown District. Then let's go to the Orbital store. So this is the Orbital store, I've often seen it covered in magazines and such. What I'm worried is that I think I hadn't done all battles or scanned all monsters back there, so if I do reload, I'd have to do that again. Between the decor and the merchandise, everything seems very state-of-the-art. I'll admit, I don't think anything in Kavard equals this in terms of scale. Genton does carry a variety of products from nations all around. It's a testament to Crossbell's status as a cultural melting pot. Speaking of cutting edge, they also sell computers here that you can hook up to the Orbital network. Orbital network, you say? I guess it's not something known by the common populace yet. The common citizenry. Yeah, basically it's the system, it's the internet. The Orbital Network project has been steadily growing thanks to the work of the Epstein Foundation. By accessing it through a terminal, you can transmit not only your voice, but text and pictures too. Wow, technology's come so far. Now he's interested. Not that I'm surprised. What do you think you are anyway? A walking encyclopedia? Quit trying to show off. Competitive little runt, isn't he? Okay, I don't think we have anything to do in here. We can go to the front of the SSS building. What's with that giant dog? Oh, he's afraid. Look at him tremble. I would be too, honestly. Maybe he just wanted a breath of fresh air. Is everything alright, Shin? Scared, are we? Seems it was Sight that finally managed to rattle your cage. What are you talking about? Nothing scares me. You got that? Absolutely nothing. I've decided that this spot holds nothing of interest to me. Let's move on to the next. Sure thing. It may just be bravado, but you have to admire his commitment. Okay. So, only the final destination should be left, but there's one little thing we can do there. Well, here we are, Tom's department store. Anywhere else you'd like to take Shin first? I don't think we'll get another chance to show him around once we go in. The decision is yours. Either way, try to be quick about it. Enter the department store. I'd say we've chaperoned him enough for one field trip. Let's head inside. Give me a second, real quick. Oh, just wanted to see something in OBS. Good, I've been looking forward to this one. Then let's not keep you waiting. Okay, the birds are in the coop. Or department store, rather. Randy's still mad that the kid is putting the moves on Ellie. Is something wrong, Randy? Oh, no. Yeah, I kept feeling like we weren't the only ones telling them back there. You did? Do you suppose it was someone from Heiyue, maybe? That'd be my first guess, but to be honest, I'm not too sure. Anyway, we should probably head inside too before we lose them. Right, understood. Well, here we are. Why don't we check out a few of the shops before we head to the roof? Very well, lead the way. Are these the fabled Mishi plushies? What are they doing here? This isn't Mishilam. Ah yes, this general store recently added a dedicated display area for Mishi merchandise. I take it you're a fan of his, Shin? Bite your tongue. I'm not going to stand for you mocking me. How could a man fated to lead Heiyue possibly be interested in these childish toys? Have you no common sense? Shin? You don't have to take it so personally, and I doubt Heiyue has any bylaws stating that elders can't harbor an appreciation for Mishi. Enough about this. Let's... What's this? TikTok Mishi? Available exclusively at times? Yeah. Like I said, only an infant would have any interest in these playthings. I don't care for them one bit, not in the least. He's not fooling anyone. Methinks a certain Heiyue elder's grandson doth protest too much. So I believe you can buy them. Where can you buy them? I need to talk to the clerk. Lloyd spoke to Southwark with a whisper. Excuse me, how much for the TikTok Mishi? Oh, that'll be 500 bucks. Getting a present for the kid? Well, I'm considering it, yeah. Should I buy it for Shin? Purchase the TikTok Mishi. What Mishi, please? Mishi Shishi. Hey, just what have you been whispering about over there? Well, funny you should ask. Here, this is for you. Lloyd handed the TikTok Mishi over to Shin. This is the store's limited edition. Oh, so that's what you were doing. What do I always say? He's got the biggest heart in all of Crossbow. I don't get it. Just what do you expect me to do with this? I don't know, just put it under your pillow or something. You should take it. Think of it as a token to remember this day by. A token to remember it by? Well, you've already purchased it, and it'd be disrespectful to toss it in the garbage. So fine, I accept. So proud. But let me make one thing clear. I have no interest in it. I have no interest in it. Interest in it. Yeah, whatever you say. And now that we did that, we should be done. Well, well, the department store's rooftop has quite the view. It's breathtaking, isn't it? You can see the entire cityscape from up here. Indeed, it's managed to exceed my expectations. Oh yes, Orchis Tower. Is that it over there? It may still be covered up, but the way it overshadows the rest of the city is astounding. I mean, what kind of child says, oh, astounding? Come on, Ellie, get up front, right here, closer to me. Okay. Try to be careful, you guys. I don't want anyone falling over the rail. So, Shin, were you satisfied with the view from the roof? It was pleasantly adequate, yes. Yes, very adequate. The rest of our citywide tour wasn't too shabby either. I must admit, I think this little outing will be one to remember. Really now? Well, I'm glad you feel that way. I plan to return to Calvard in 2 days' time, after which I'll once again be surrounded by those stuffy adults, forced to endure an endless torrent of studying. Such is the fate of a man who will one day command those of others. Command those of others? Oh, the fate of a man who will command the fate of others, okay. Remember, I thought that was like weird grammar. It reads a bit weird, but it's right. It's fine. Sounds rough. By the way, Shin, are you enrolled in Sunday school? Yes, as a means of broadening my horizons. Everyone fears the adults guarding me though, so they don't dare approach. That's why it was so refreshing to meet Kia and Shizuku. I rather enjoyed myself, speaking to children my age for a change. It's a good thing we ran into them, then. Pardon me, I'm not usually one to engage in useless small talk. At any rate, I've had enough touring for my liking. Escort me back to the office at once. The music in this game is always so chill. I am pleased to know you are pleased. I'll admit, it exceeded my expectations. It would seem there's more to Crossbow than just Ark and Seal and the theme park. Now I understand why a shrewd businessman like yourself is so taken by it, Chow. You flatter me, Master Shin. As for you, Detective Bannings, you, Miss McDowell, and the rest of the SSS have my deepest gratitude. I never could have imagined that a simple tour would please Master Shin so greatly. For that, I am in your debt. Don't mention it, Chow. We had a fun time as well. It may not be much, but at the very least, we would like to reward you for your efforts. I don't know if that's such a good idea. We're members of the CPD after all. Oh, I thought you might say that, which is why I refrained from having your remuneration prepared in Mira. Consider this a token of your friendship with Master Shin, rather than Heiwa. Wait, what? How thoughtful of you, Chow. Don't be shy, go on, take it. Someone's pushing. I don't think a no thanks is going to cut it. Not that they framed it like that. How dare they try to conflict of interest outside of a reward. It is a video game, give! Lunar Spirit Bead. I don't remember what this does. I think we should be going now. We'll see you around, Shin. Until next time, I've been looking forward to it, Ellie. Be well. You must have tired yourself out walking around the city like that. Pastries have been prepared for you in your private quarters. Only the choicest delicacies, of course. Is that so? How very thoughtful. Very well. I'll let Grandfather know how well you've taken care of me. Whew. He's still young, but you noticed before they left, didn't you? That glimpse of his wisdom and talent. I greatly anticipate seeing how useful he will prove in the future. Right. Still, was that the safe decision to make? In the unlikely event that they had chosen to target Master Shin, you would have been the one held responsible, Master Chow. Had that been the case, it simply would have been part of our shared destiny. However, they know just as well as I do that it's far too early for them to be making their move. Speaking of which, have we learned anything new on that front? Yes, I've caught wind of 2 individuals who are tailing Master Shin on the SSS. We currently have them under surveillance. Excellent. Allow me to proceed as they like. Allow them to proceed as they like, but take care to keep out of sight. And see to it our Crimson neighbors don't interfere, if you would. Of course. Quest Shin in the City completed. And actually, we should check to see if we got everything right. It's gonna be very sad if we didn't. Report to HQ. So Old Homesick is fine, it didn't have extra points. Old America Road Monster Transformation doesn't have extra points either. We should give 5 points plus 3. There we go, we did it correctly. We found every extra location. We don't have to reload! I didn't reload for monsters, but I think I would have reloaded for DP at the end of the game.